So we're on our theme of journeys, and so let's just recap where we've been. Wise men look for Jesus, and last week Jesus setting out on his journey. You are loved. So this week, I wonder, as we think about journeys, if you can empathise with this. It's called stubbornness, and when I'm walking around and I'm looking for somewhere, and then you realise that it is in the different direction to where you're walking. What do you do next? Now, if you're me, you will stubbornly walk to the end and almost walk round a block and go miles out of your direction rather than admit that you are wrong. Is that the same for you? Well, we're going to go on a field trip and just have a look at turning back and what that might look like. So let's have a look. So, a couple of weeks ago, I was out on one of my walks and I was faced with this dilemma. I came to this junction. Now, it's a lovely walk down here along a couple of rivers, etc., etc. And I wanted to keep going. And, you know, you kind of come across these signs all the time and it's just people being overcautious and everything. So, although it says pedestrians not allowed, really? So, I take one step past the road closed sign and in the distance I see a police car coming down the other end of the road, thinking this isn't a great life choice that's going to get me anywhere. So I hightail it around and change my route, turn back, and interestingly we've got a chap in the Bible called Saul, and he's pretty intent on getting somewhere. He's on his way to Damascus to kill and arrest and then kill some of the Christians, when he sees this blinding flash of light, brings him to his knees, and he ends up faced with that choice. Do you want to carry on with your whole killing off of my followers, or are you going to change your ways and become one of them? Now, it'll be interesting to see what he chose and how that went for him. But is it really as simple as that? Is it a case of my way, dangerous, don't go that way, or God's way, it's going to work out for you? Let's have a think when we get back into the warm about the third person in the story. Okay. So, sitting in his house having his prayer time is this chap Ananias, and God appears to him in a vision and says, look, I need you to go and talk to Paul and tell him basically what he's got to do. And Ananias is sitting there going, like, this isn't a great plan. He's heard of what Paul is like and what he's come to Damascus to do, and is understandably nervous about what he's been asked to do. He wouldn't describe this as the ultimate easy way in life. So what's going on there? How do we square these two paths? Quite simply, really, Jesus didn't ever pretend that he was offering the easy way out, the best life. But Ananias would get up and do that. And choose that, and he found out that was the best way that he could go. And Paul, who was imprisoned and beaten and shipwrecked and eventually martyred because he became a follower of Jesus, would turn around and say, I count everything as rubbish that I might gain Christ. So it's not the easy way that we're being offered, but by all of these accounts, by these people turning back, making that choice to go, I'm not going my way anymore, I'm going to go God's way, is a brilliant choice, certainly for Ananias, certainly for Saul, who became Paul. And let's leave it for another man of faith to finish us off. Joshua asks, you must choose this day who you will serve. As for me and my household, we pick the Lord. Over to you.